Took us a while. We had to get going again. They've been off for a little while, but competed well. Timing and things a little off in the beginning, but it just got better. They kept competing and getting it back, throwing, catching, tackling, covering. You could just see kicking, everything. I mean, but good, solid first day. We went back to fundamentals like we do in camp. I mean, like in August. So we were back to one of those. We'll have 5 of those practices. We're going to get fundamentally sound again. Make sure we dot I's, cross T's, and tackle properly, block properly, run good routes, throw the ball where it's supposed to be, cover with the right techniques. These are great fundamental practice with a little bit of installation, not a lot. And very proud of the way they did it today. For good physical practice for the first one back, and we'll increase them a little more in the next couple, and hopefully get 5 really good days of work in before we go for a break. All right.
Is it 5 in a row?
Yeah.
And then you get Christmas off? How does that work?
Well, we'll go through the morning of the 22nd, get the afternoon of the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th off. We'll be back here the afternoon of 26th practicing. And then practice 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Make sure all the game plan, everything's in. Fly out there the 31st and redo it again.
After you guys have had, this is the longest break they've had since start of fall camp, and you've got guys out on the banquet circuit and that kind of stuff. Is this sort of the hardest day to kind of get everybody back together?
A little bit. They'll get better as they go because it's time's off. But actually, the conditioning, they conditioned the last 2 days, and I did 7-on-7 and things like that, and they've been in pretty good condition. They kind of did some things on their own, I think, and was very proud of the way they come back. But in the beginning, it's always the hardest.
You guys doing okay grade-wise?
Yes, I think the way it looks now, we should be 100%.
Mario
looks like Pender is good. He had a really good semester.
Will you be able to join you with practices?
I got to find all the rules and all that, but he'll definitely get back up here for a while, I think, for practice anyway. And take him, but yes, he had a good semester.
What's the challenge as a coach with this? It's an odd schedule, practice-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Practice off, then practice again, then go out there and do it for 5 more days. It seems like it's longer than normal.
It is because you get the extra week. Usually,
right.
You do those. Usually, used to go by. Total number's still the same. We used to always wanted to get between 14 and 15, somewhere in that range. And we used to do more here. We do like 7 or 8, and then finish up with 5 to 6 out there as a walkthrough type thing. But we're going 5, 5, and 5. So I think it'll be pretty good.
How much did you? Obviously, you've had a lot of success in bowl games since you've been here, meaning you haven't lost.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you learn from Coach Saban, Coach Bowden about how to prepare?
Well, we worked through a system down there because Coach Saban came. We totally changed at LSU. Kind of similar to what we're doing now and things, because he hadn't had much success at Michigan State in bowl games, and they used to do some different things. We changed it drastically at LSU, and some things that we had done in the past, that teams I'd been on, he had done, and we kind of worked through a system and kind of got it, and we've gotten it where we feel pretty good about it now.
So you don't do a lot of game planning for Auburn right now? It's more focusing on yourself?
Yeah, we will on our own, and we'll watch ourselves, but we're not implementing it right now. We got to get back to some fundamentals.
When the guys are away like they've been, you tell them, hey, clear your head, take some time away? Or
yeah, I do. And then if you want to look at a little bit, or but don't give yourself time. You got to get away every now and then. We'd won 7 or 8 straight weeks at the end of the season. We're banged and bruised. I thought it was good for the body and their mind.
You've had it obviously before at other schools, but having all these guys that have been at banquets and awards and obviously the Heisman, any challenges there with those guys?
Not really. They've been good. This team, I tell you, has been really resilient. They were kind of getting tired of it. They were kind of looking forward to getting back out here practicing. But I get on the individual himself, and I didn't see any signs of it today.
Some of the guys maybe have a little fun with Jameis after the weekend and Letterman and all that? Or?
No, I haven't heard. I mean, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I haven't heard any of it.
How was the whole experience for you?
It was good. It was like I say, unique in that you got to see him go through all those things. I'm very proud of the way he handled them, and also you understand the company in which he's in when you really walk to those banquets and that and you have the black tie affair on Monday night and see all those winners and all those names on a list, and you realize it's an elite company, and it's a pretty neat experience, that's for sure.
How did you feel like you went through all of that?
I thought he did excellent. I thought he handled it very well. I thought he did very well thought out answers, and was himself again, and very charismatic to the press.
You had a JUCO guy Saturday. Can you talk about him yet, or does he still need to go?
I think it's got to come in. I don't want to chance it.
Anybody you can talk about?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Boy, you always trying to get me in trouble.
Man. Just looking for notes.
Obviously the awards and stuff is one sort of distraction, but this is sort of a time of the year, I guess, that a lot of the guys those underclassmen that might be draft eligible start thinking about that. Do you have conversations with them?
I already have. I already did that. We've had conversations and where we're at, and then we're going to practice now, and then we have the decision to be made after. They don't need to worry right now because we got a ball game, and they'll have time afterwards to work through those. But we've already had conversations, beginning last week, with all those guys.
Does the fact that guys like, and not necessarily maybe around anybody specifically, but the way that Christian and LaMarcus decided to come back last year and have turned in such good years, can that be sort of a good reminder for guys?
Oh, it is. It is. Here's the thing: you got to make good decisions based off the information you have at the present time and what your true value is to the next level. And you got to do two things: you want maximum value out of yourself when you go and how you go. That they're not buying you on sale. Or that, if you're as high as you can go, you need to go. I mean, those are the things I think that factor into it. And make sure you trust the guys giving you the information and get the right information, and not listen to everybody out there that's trying to make money off of you. And I think that's the key, who they end up trusting in the end. And make sure because you got to make decisions based off the information you have at the present time, and also what you have the capabilities of becoming. And those are two good examples, I think, two guys that really helped themselves.
Jimbo, you're such a football buff. I mean, going back to when you were young, any of those guys that you saw out there, met out there, any conversations?
Oh, it was great. I mean, talking with Tony Dorsett when I was a kid, grew up in West Virginia, he was a pit. Now, I mean, when that guy went and ran for 303 against Notre Dame, and the next year they was going to kill him, he ran for 291. I mean, I remember that as a kid, you know what I mean? And seeing Billy Sims and just Tim, I mean, all those guys. I mean, it goes all the way back in the 60s. And I mean, just the history of it, you really appreciate that you were in the presence of greatness.
And they were welcoming the Jameis?
Unbelievable. And very, come up and speak to us, Coach, you're having a great year. Very proud. I mean, they're fans of the game just like they're keeping up with what's going on today, and very polite the other way. Even coming up to us and speaking and having long conversations and interested in what's going on, talking about some of the players we have. I mean, they're fans of the game just like we're fans of them. You know what I'm saying? It was very neat to be around. And, I mean, unbelievable group of guys. Very classy. No reason they won that. You can see why they won the Heisman. Not only good, but, I mean, a lot of great people.
Jim, a lot of rumors this time of year about coaching changes and all that. Have you addressed, there's some stuff with you hear about you addressing
I'm going to talk about our team, get our team. That's all I'm talking about. I ain't getting into all the rumors. It's unfair to those teams and our team. We're playing here getting ready for a game. That's where I plan on being, right here getting ready for a game, and that's my sole focus, and that is it.